Hello, so let's go through this planting scheme for the bed with the eucalyptus tree in it. This is a south-facing bed with partial sun and dappled shade. So one square represents 10 centimeters squared, and the total area is 4 meters 80 across here and then 70 down here. In the bed already we have two fatsias over here, and a eucalyptus and a callistemon. And this way is north. So the bed is facing south. So number one, we have a peony yellow crown, which is here. Or I've given a second option, which is the red Sarah Bernhardt here. So you can choose between the two, whichever you like. And the quantity for this is 1 because it does take up a lot of space. When you buy it, it might be just 20 centimeters in a small pot, but it has the potential to expand out to about a meter. So here I've done it going out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So about 55 centimeters, but it has the potential to get even bigger than this over 2, 3, 4 years. So in the meantime, there are circles overlapping to fill out the space. And then as plants do get larger, you may have to move a few things around. Number 2, we have Miscanthus sinensis malpartus. So number 2 I put here, a bit more, not exactly centre, but the reason it's here is because it's classed as an architectural plant. It's tall and it has quite an imposing form. I have a photo of it here. So many of the things near the front are quite low growing and spreading, and this is to break up that shape. All of a sudden you have this large architectural plant coming out. Number 3, as you requested, the anemone, and it's a is it Galilee? Yeah, Galilee pastel mix. And these do require more sunlight, so I've put them towards this side which has more sunlight, and I've done them dotted around the plants that are already there. So you get all around here. I think they stand out more and look nicer when they're all together as opposed to spread out all through the bed. It's quite a trendy, fashionable effect at the moment to plant things together like this. And then number 4, we have the Verbena vanariensis. And there's quite a few of these. The quantity I've gone for the anemones 9 and Verbena 10. And these are dotted throughout the border. So this is the opposite effect, but with these Verbena. I should show the photos as I talk through this. So these are the Galilee pastel mix as you showed me, and the Verbena vanariensis. Again, a lot of the planting schemes I've seen that have the Verbena in tend to dot them through the borders, as they're very slender, tall slender stems with the small delicate flowers on top give a slightly floaty, soft feel. So yeah, you can see number 4, these are dotted all through here. Number 5 is Iberis sempervirens. Iberia is Spain, and sempervirens means evergreen or always alive. So number 5, these are also full sun plants, as you can imagine, being from Spain, so they're also towards this left side. And these are trailing plants that prefer slightly alkaline to neutral soil. Your soil is neutral, I would say. I did do a pH test. So the quantity is 2, there and there. And then number 6 is also a trailing plant a little bit further down, and this is a Lithodara diffuser, heavenly blue. This one is a little bit different. It needs ericaceous soil, which is acidic. You can buy this from the garden centre as a compost. Look out for ericaceous compost. Just a bit of technical information. Erica is also the Latin name of heather, which means heath in Greek. So heath, heather, those words related, and erica, ericaceous. So yeah, you can plant your heathers in ericaceous compost too, if you want to try again with the heathers. And you can also give a little feed of sulfate of iron. This will turn the soil slightly acidic. Number 7, another trailing one, also in 2s to give a fuller effect, and near the edge is the Aubrietta Purple Cascade. I went for purple. There is a red one if you prefer, and this one is trailing again, alkali to neutral soil. I'll just show you these. So this is the Iberia sempervirens. The common name is candy tuft. Lithodora diffuser. I think odora means it has a scent. And the Aubrietta Purple Cascade. So these are your trailing plants. So Iberis, Lithodora diffuser, and the Aubrietta. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It was also requested that we have some herbs. So I've tried to find some herbs that do okay in the shade. And one of the most interesting ones that it came out with was the Angelica. I'll just show you a photo. So Angelica is also a tall architectural plant. These are grown as biennials, so these tend to last for 2 years. So you might be able to grow some more either from the seeds that come from here, or you can maybe propagate one, or try to buy another. But from what I read is that the leaves can be cooked, apparently. It's worth doing some more research into that just to be sure. And with it being a tall architectural plant, I've put it further back, again to break up the low growing habits of the other plants. So if you can remember, the Miscanthus was there, number 2, a tall architectural one. The peony here, and then the Angelica. Another herb are chives. So number 9, I've gone for 2 here in the corner closer to the house. So the Latin name is allium, which is the same as onion. And I will recommend to plant some ornamental alliums in November, ready for the following spring. Sorry, late spring, early summer. I'm afraid it's too late at the moment to plant the allium bulbs. They need a long time in the soil, in the cold soil. So yeah, these are chives, and they're nice flowers. Although I think it's the way you're supposed to do it is to harvest them before they flower, and that's the same with any type of herb or salad, because when they flower the leaves do turn bitter. So the chives will go there. And then we have oregano. This is a golden variety, number 10, here and here. Oregano. Another herb is coriander, number 11. So these herbs are all together, you can see. And then this one is parsley. Again, it shows you them with the flowers on, but it is a really good idea to eat them before it flowers. The term that people use is to bolt when things go to flower. Number 12 is parsley. That's a little bit further away, just over here, in between the two trailing plants. Actually, you might be able to get another one in here until the peony expands. Another herb I've gone for is Humulus lupulus. This is hops, as in the hops used to make beer, and the idea is to have this climbing up the trellis and the wisteria, but it is a vigorous grower, so you would need to keep an eye on it. You would need to control it and train it where you want it to grow, and make sure it doesn't get too big, but they're very easy to prune. You just snip them with the secateurs. So I'll put that here. This should be in between the trellis and the wisteria trunk. You might want to, if you're not keen on the appearance, where are we? There. You could go for maybe a clematis, but I think we would have to try to find one that's suitable in the shade. I think, as far as I'm aware, is that most clematises are full sun plants, so I would be a bit concerned about planting it if it doesn't flower, or flower as well as it could do, or it might just be that it just doesn't grow very well if they're full sun plants, but you can always try. But this is a shade tolerant herb. Hydrangea Annabelle, huge flowers, really impressive. That's number 14, that's here. So again, when you buy it, it might only be 20, 30, 40 centimeters across, but over time it has the potential to expand out. You don't want to let it get too big. You can prune these every year to contain the size that you need. Also, the hydrangeas, they do like water, so when I did the soil sample, if you can remember, there was a lot of sand. We have put in a lot of manure now, but I'm not sure if maybe we could put in even more manure, just to make sure they're sat in really rich compost that will have the ability to hold on to a lot of moisture. Whereas if it's still too sandy deep down, it might be too free draining for the hydrangea, but we can give it a try. And then number 15 are Astrantia. So I've gone for Astrantia mixed. if you like, you can buy these colours separately and plant them all together if you don't like the mixed effect, or they also do them in a purple. So these are really nice as they have a long flowering period. One garden I went to this year, we kept deadheading them and they kept flowering until October, late October, even into November maybe. So you just keep deadheading them. And there's quite a few of these again here, all through here. I was thinking if the hydrangea doesn't work, or you don't like it, or it's too big, or it doesn't survive, there are some alternatives I thought to try, which would be a verbascum or a phlomis or a euphorbia. Would be quite nice instead of the hydrangea. If it's not wet enough for the hydrangea, these are more drought tolerant plants that are really nice, architectural, really nice form, and even the seed heads you can keep through the winter to keep some kind of an interesting form there in the garden. And they are perennials. But again, I'm not sure. They are full sun living plants. I don't know if there will be enough sun for them on this border, but again, you can always just try these things. And then in November, when some of the foliage dies back like it will do on the peony and the hydrangea, there should be some more ground space, enough space to plant some alliums and tulips, but that's not till November, and that's for them to come up in time for spring. Okay, that's everything. Thank you.